Hi, my name is Stefan, and my ecological project will be on geese found at Wilbur Park. And my question is, do geese at Wilbur Park interact with humans, or would they just rather prefer food found on the ground? So my hypothesis is that geese from Wilbur Park will interact with humans more if humans feed them food. So for this experiment, I will be using cracked corn seeds, and I will feed them with the food on my hand, and then just throwing small portions onto the ground. So as I started tossing small portions of food onto the ground, about 2 goose came and examined the food, and then they started to eat. And then after only a short second, every goose they came running. So I had to back away as I thought I might get attacked. But I started noticing that the geese kept following me everywhere I turned and went until I dropped more food down. As I was observing, I noticed that a goose would attack another goose trying to compete for the food that I would drop down for them. As you can see, this goose right here is trying to pick at the other goose to get away from the food. So as I continued dropping food down, almost every goose in the small area I was in came towards me. As I kept observing, it would seem like they only interacted or come close to me only because of the food I was carrying. And then even as I dropped food further away from the geese, as long as one goose they saw me dropping food, every goose came running to me. So now, as I was just observing now and I stopped feeding, I noticed that these geese will find their own food to eat, such as grass, leaves, and roots maybe. Now after observing the geese, I decided to go to another different area, an area that's closer to the water to see if the reaction would be the same. When testing out this experiment in a different location of different birds, we see different variety of birds, but only the geese gets to eat as they are bigger than the other birds. I tried to feed just the little black bird, but the geese were in the way and the black bird was too afraid to get a bite because of how big the geese were. Now for my second experiment, I decided to offer food from my hand while using a cloth for protection, as their beaks might be sharp or dangerous. But from the videos I got, the geese showed no interest when I was trying to offer food from my hand. Instead, they kind of ran away from me or didn't care. One bird examined it, but it did not want to eat it, while another bird decided to take a bite. This showed that my hypothesis was incorrect because geese would rather find food on the ground than prefer food given from a person. So with lack of predators and abundance of food, geese from Woodland Park have a large amount of population and will only interact and would mostly prefer food when thrown on the ground for them rather than hand feeding directly. There were many errors for my experiment as I did both experiment in both different time frames and only one trial was performed in the second experiment. And also, I know I didn't mention it in the beginning, but the geese that were examined in this experiment were called, the white ones were domestic goose, while the other one was the Canada goose.